How's it going, everyone? My name is Xtengrim, and we want to introduce you today to Xtengrim presents the Shadow Nexus Mixtape. And we are here on episode 1 to talk about one of our favorite episodes and one of our favorite animes of all time, the One Piece. Or One Piece. I guess it's going to be the One Piece here soon on a new adaptation. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But we are excited to talk about all the different things that are going to go on. Warning now, there will be spoiler content in here. So if you are not caught up with both the manga and the anime, please understand that spoilers will happen throughout this episode. I will try to, as best as I can in the descriptions, to warn you on when those times will be spoiler information, but also be aware that this is still the first few episodes of this podcast, so we're going to go see. But I'm honored to introduce my guest on episode 1 of the podcast, TrapReaper. TrapReaper is a streamer friend of mine. We've gotten to meet over the last couple of years. It's been super excited. And he is as much of a fanatic as One Piece as I am, if not more so, honestly. So we're going to go into a lot of deep things in here, so I'm super excited. TrapReaper, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello. I'm TrapReaper. I'm a streamer. I'm a game developer. I'm very much a geek, a fan of anime, manga, superheroes, fantasy. We love a little bit of superpowers. We love a little bit of imagination. We love I love dragons. Just fantasy in general. Great stuff. I love it. I feel like One Piece and its world building is amazing. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Again, thank you for coming in episode 1, man. I mean, I'm super excited to have you and super excited to be here. To talk about One Piece is one of the biggest things that I enjoy the most. I have watched it, I don't think since day 1 that it released, obviously, because there's some time lapse between the English adaptation and then what it was in Japan, right? But I've watched it for years and years and years, and I've loved the character development. Love the entire thing. And thinking of adaptations of it, I mean, how many are we at now? We got the live action, we got the regular anime, the
manga, live action, and there is actual some theatrical releases of One Piece, so I don't know if that counts. And if we start to look into more, there's also the games and everything around that. So
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be kind of crazy. So let's start off with probably the most controversial thing I think is going to be our topic discussion today.
Okay.
What is your opinion of the live action?
My opinion of the live action. I think it's great for newcomers. It's a perfect way to introduce somebody that's not used to anime, to manga, to stuff like that, into this fantasy world. It's easy to consume. It's very simple. It's not too complicated. I do think that they could have gone a little bit deeper into some parts, and I feel like they took a little bit of the emotion out of a couple of scenes and stuff like that that I think are very important to the characters and their development. But I think it's a great way for a new watcher, a new person to go into the world of One Piece.
Okay. I honestly am not a fan of it. I'm gonna be honest. I am not a fan of it, but I'm not a fan of it because I feel just like kind of you put out, they took out a lot of emotions out of the story, of a lot of the character building. I think my problem with it is that they introduce information that is way too late in the original manga and anime series. You know, Garp being Luffy's grandfather. Wait a second.
Yes.
That doesn't get shown until after Water 7. Like, we're talking about 400 episodes into the anime. We're talking about, a good chunk of chapters into the manga, and we're going to introduce that in the first 8 episodes of the live action? What? I'm sorry. That was groundbreaking information. That was that.
I kind of understand that they have to change things because it's a different medium and they kind of need to speed up the process and stuff like that. But I don't like that they're kind of skipping some steps. But my issue was not so much that they showed Garp immediately, My issue was that he didn't feel 100% Garp. Like he felt like a version of Garp that is too tied down by the Marines.
Okay.
While Garp has never been actually tied down by the Marines. That's why he never took the admiral position. He has been offered the admiral position more than 3 times, and he has always said no.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
I agree with that. I think I think the lack of character development that they created in the live action, I think almost ruins some of those characters' design. I think overall, I like you said, a standalone person who's probably never seen One Piece or anything like that. I think it's a good. I think they did they did a good action. They did good storytelling for that and only that. But as to represent One Piece, I felt like we lost so much character development, so much character attachment in the first 8 episodes that it just wasn't there. I mean, like
but
Arlong, even like Arlong and Buggy. Buggy does not have anything to do with it after he gets his ass kicked on Clown
yeah,
Island.
I felt like that's something normal that's gonna happen on the live action and any other like different type of adaptation because of the fact of how the pacing has to work. It has to be so much faster. It has to be some way or shape or form to drive the narrative forward instead of just like, oh, they're exploring here and there. There has to be like a drive of the narrative so that they can move faster. So I kind of understood the fact that everyone was kind of behind the map of the Grand Line, except for Arlong. I think Arlong would be completely absurd for him to go for the map of the Grand Line.
Yeah,
He is from the Grand Line. It makes no fucking sense.
I 100% agree. I agree. And that's where like I feel like I get Buggy being a major character now, especially considering where we're at in the manga and the anime. But
Buggy
at
will
that
always
time, he
be a
wasn't.
major character. I don't know if you've like seen like Oda's interviews or stuff like that, or things that every time that they ask Oda, who is your favorite character? Since like the beginning of One Piece, he's like, Buggy. Buggy is my favorite character. And Buggy has always been his favorite character, and he's always said that Buggy has a big role to play. And that's where we are. Right
Yeah.
now, he's a motherfucking Yonko. And
Yeah.
right now, he was crying, he was beaten up, he was a piece of crap. But he faced down Crocodile and Mihawk and said, "Let's get the motherfucking One Piece." He was destroyed, piece of shit, like
Yeah.
falling everywhere. And he's like, "Come on, let's go get the One Piece." Like, and he said it in front of everybody. So
Yeah.
there's no fucking way. Like, if like Crocodile and Mihawk can't just go be like, "Fuck." Because if they go against what he's saying, they basically lose everybody else in the crew.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he Buggy became the ultimate person of opportunity, right? A random opportunity comes in, he says a piece, and all of a sudden he's a shining person, right? I kind of look at a look between him and Usopp, right? Usopp became the like little god of Toy Island
Yeah,
when they thought that he
God
was,
saw.
yeah, when he became the person who broke the devil fruit power
Hero's curse.
and
Yeah,
gave all these people back their lives from being toys. So I feel like Buggy is just like a super overpowered version of Usopp in that concept of he just happens to be in the right place at the right time, and it just happens to make it seem like he's doing all this stuff. But I don't feel like Buggy obviously is a main part of the story, right? I mean, he's part of Gold
yeah.
Roger's crew. He things like that.
He
He
has too
shanks
many
Betty.
connections.
Yeah, I mean, there's
He's
no
too
doubt.
many connections. There's
Like,
no like, even if he was like found out later on, there he would still kind of be a little bit big, and he would be able to get influenced just by the connections that he has. And like apart from everything, There was if you remember in Marineford, when he thought when he was in front of the camera and everything, there was a moment that it was just like his thoughts, and he said, if I can do this correctly, I can get a crew behind me, get a lot of support, become a Yonko, and maybe even the One Piece and be the new Pirate King.
Yep.
Like, that's part of their foreshadowing, and I feel like Oda could be the type of writer that's like, Luffy doesn't really need the title. He could maybe do his dream without the title. So maybe we'll just make Buggy the Pirate King, and then whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
let's jump onto that for a second, because you brought up Luffy's dream, and in the
yes,
latest episodes, right as we're making our transition between Wano and Egghead arc, right, we're making those transition episodes and those transition chapters.
yes,
Luffy says his dream to the crew.
yes.
What do you think it actually is?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay,
Because
at least we're on the same page there.
why? But let me tell you why. Because it can't be something so simple. It can't be something so simple as like make a party with everybody with all the races or whatever. I feel like people have said this before to unify all the seas. They have said this before, but I don't think it's that simple. Why? Because they have said before that you have to at least be a pirate king to be able to do that dream.
Yep.
And it was something that Roger also had as a dream, but he was not able to like accomplish.
Yeah.
So it has to be something big, but it has to be, I feel like it has to be something like with influence. It has to be something with freedom, power, because Luffy is all about freedom.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's the main force that drives him everywhere. Every time that there's an oppressed country, he's like, oh, one of your citizens gave me food. Let's free this fucking country.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Every time he got something small, he always repaid it 1,000-fold, it seemed like, and in order to help these people and make things better.
Yes.
Yeah, without a doubt. Honestly, man, I mean, I'm right there with you. I really don't honestly truly know, but I have a feeling that it's just for people to feel free. I feel like that, like just a general concept of that, because he makes a point when he's in his fifth gear, and he makes that kind of notion of like, hey, that is when I feel the most free. And I feel like he's always wanted everyone to feel that
Yeah.
way. And so because of that, I feel like it's something down that line, right? It's something about people feeling free. But what exactly, like, fine detail it is, I couldn't tell you.
It
I don't know.
has to be something simple enough that a child can come up with it, because he has had this dream since he was a child.
Yep.
So it has to be like simple enough, like, I don't know. I hope everybody can be as free as, I don't know, I am with my powers, or I am when I'm here with you with Ace and Sabo or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it has to be something simple like that. But I feel like there is a twist. And Oda always has like that backbone on everything. Not everything is exactly as it looks.
Yeah.
Never. It's never exactly as it looks. There's always that little thing.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be interested when it hears it, because I think it's gonna be, because I believe that everyone truly believed that for the longest time, Luffy's dream was to become Pirate King. That was his dream. That's what people, I believe, a lot of people, a majority of the people that watch One Piece truly believe that all his dream was to become Pirate King. So when you throw this into the mix, completely throws everything out the window. Like, wait a second, that wasn't your dream. That's not what you want to be. You need to be it to accomplish your dream. So what the hell is your dream? You know, because when you become Pirate King, you become one of the most infamous people around, the respect of the world, the respect of the government in that world, the respect of all other pirates and things like that. You're still going to have enemies.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But you're going to have the world of respect of your title and who you are. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see when that finally gets revealed. And we may come back to it. I plan to do other episodes down the line, so we may come back after a little bit more of arcs and things like that kind of show up, and we'll touch base on some of these points again. But I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how Oda ends One Piece, because it's been
I feel
years
like
in the making.
it's gonna be something it's gonna put the whole world on a pause.
Yeah.
One Piece is so big right now that
Oh yeah.
if you are not getting into it, like at this point with the remake that's coming, with the live action or whatever, once One Piece ends, being such a big media, it's going to be. I feel like the internet's gonna break.
Oh yeah. 100%. I mean, Crunchyroll, every time One Piece episode comes in, Crunchyroll always ends up getting jacked up, right? I mean, the new episode launch, I try to watch it like almost an hour after it launches my time, because I just happen to be up usually around that time anyway.
Yeah.
So I always try to be up, and I try to watch it like within the hour of it dropping to my local time. And I'm lucky enough, I usually can watch the episode with no issues, but I've heard other people, oh yeah, I wait until like mid the week and then I try watching it, things like that. I'm all like, good for you, but I'm at the point where since I caught up with the manga, I'm okay with it now. I'm okay with being a little late to the anime episode, because I already know what's going to happen, and that's okay, but I still want to see what the anime produces with it, and how the art shows and how things are. And I think a lot of the times, especially in these later episodes with Wano and because Wano is really where I started reading the manga a little more heavily, and then going into Egghead Island, I feel like a lot of things are portrayed pretty well. Obviously there's some key differences that they make between the anime and kind of filling in those gaps of scenes, right? But I think all in all, I think it does a pretty good job sticking to the story of the manga and sticking to the base of it. I don't feel like there's major changes between the anime and the manga and the anime.
Yeah, the main thing is the pacing, because the anime has a very slow pacing.
Yeah.
Very slow pacing. And it's all part of the contract that they did at the beginning, when Oda said, when One Piece came out, he was like, I'm going to finish in 5 years. That's it. It's going to be a 5-year series, and it's been 25.
Yeah.
It's been 25.
Yep.
And every little sprout of imagination that Oda has extends the series by 12 years.
That's true. Yeah. No.
I don't know if you remember, like the Shishibukai were a thing that he came up the moment that they were about to face before Arlong. Before Arlong, he was like, "Nah, this is too simple. This is too easy. We're gonna add that Arlong was a disciple of one of the Shishibukai. That's what he did. They're like, oh yeah, and there were 7, and then he made 7 dudes in there. And how much did that extend the series? Oh, not much. Gecko Moria, Crocodile, Doflamingo. We have sagas behind them.
Yeah.
Complete sagas behind them. Boa of sagas behind them. And then when we get to Shabodi, he's like, nah, this is supposed to be like the climax of Paradise, of the first part of the Grand Line. Everything's gonna be like, it has to be big. And he's like, nah, this is too boring. He did the supernova in 2 hours. 2 hours! He came up with all the characters. And he fucking extended the story again.
Yep. Yeah.
And he was like, I did not, when I created them, I did not expect any of them to hold any big role.
Yep.
Absolutely any big role. And nowadays, like, there's fans that would die for Law. Would die for him.
Yeah, no, 100%. The guy has made a culture, honestly, with it all. I think Oda has been absolutely amazing. And the truth of it is, anybody who creates something, any of the major things when we're talking about Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, Naruto, Demon Slayer, JJK now, right now, My Hero Academia, all the major animes, major shows like Bluey, Harry Potter, Mickey Mouse shows, all those different Disney shows and things like that.
Yeah.
Every single time that a new character is made, I don't think any one of them was like, I know this is going to be the shining star. This is going to show everyone in the world, like, hey, this is what this character is made of, and it's going to touch all these souls. I don't think that was ever anybody's plan. I think they created something that truly they enjoyed and they wanted to see grow, and it happened to grow, it happened to catch, and I think that was great, and I think that's what One Piece has created. I feel, I would say probably in the last 10 years is where I saw One Piece really start to shoot up, because I feel before that it did not. I feel One Piece was an afterthought, to be honest. I don't feel like One Piece was out there.
I feel like not it didn't hit as it wasn't that wild spread. Like I feel like it had like an exponential spread where everybody it was very slow at the beginning. Not everybody was watching it, and then like people got invested and they told friends and they were slowly starting to grow. But the more people that were in, more they told other people. So that's why it felt like such an exponential growth. And also, I think it's also part because all the Western culture over here has now accepted like
Yeah.
anime, manga, and all this like a very normal thing to be around. Like we can now have the movies
Yep.
in theaters here. Like I'm in Latin America and I get an anime movie in theaters. Like that's
Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean,
That's not something that used to happen 20 years ago.
oh yeah.
Never.
And then you got conventions like Comic Cons and different things like that that are becoming more common. I mean, usually you used to only
Yeah.
have San Diego Comic Con. That was the only real Comic Con that was like well known or done like that. And I feel like more and more of them are popping up throughout the country, throughout the U.S. In general, and even probably throughout the world. I feel like
Yeah,
these are
there's like
becoming a little
right
bit
now
more
I think there
common.
should be almost every country has a Comic Con. Like my country has a Comic Con.
See, and it is. It's just it's becoming more natural, which is great because I think anime, even though there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of bloodshed, and there's a lot of fan service that happens in anime.
It
I do.
depends on the anime.
Well, yeah, no, 100%. I do. Each anime is different, right? There's very wholesome animes, and there's very animes that are very tailored to, fan services and things like that.
Yeah, they're
But
tailored to teens. They're tailored to like it's like that's what I told. Like I had a friend that did not enjoy like any of this, any manga, and I was like, dude, you can find anything you want. Like if for real, you can find any kind of topic if you're looking like maybe not anime. Maybe if we're looking at manga, you can find any fucking topic.
oh yeah,
Like I remember in the past, I was reading a manga about wine catering. It was about a dude that grew up with his father that was a very famous wine caterer, and he had like a $1 million kind of thing with a bunch of different fancy wines and stuff like that. And they had like a going like they had like arguments. They split up, and he like left his father. But when his father died, his father left him like a challenge. Like if you can learn to identify these wines in this amount of time, you can get your inheritance. If you don't, I adopted this dude that knows about wines like two months before I died, so he's gonna get everything. So that's you do you, and it's a whole manga about learning how to cater wine, how to smell it, how to identify it, where it's coming from, and stuff like that. And that's not a topic like for kids. It's
yeah,
not an ecchi topic. It's not. If you want to look for a specific type of story, you can find it. There's economy mangas. There's manga that will make you doubt your own fucking existence. There's
yeah,
mangas that will blow your mind. There's mangas about fantasy shit. There's mangas there's like very uh like the style of life mangas are very like
yep.
realistic type stories where nothing supernatural or anything happens. maybe a couple romance here and there. There's some that are just comedy. You can find anything. You
Oh
can
yeah.
literally find it.
Yeah, no, I do think that there's a lot of life lessons that come from animes and things like that. So, kind of branching off into that, what do you feel was your life lesson that you learned from One Piece? What do you feel like you learn because One Piece was so adamant to show that to you?
I feel like a very big thing is like compassion.
Okay.
Like support, like build your own, like your second family is also very important. What I mean by second family is the family that you decide is your family, your friends, your thing around, and it's something that you create, you build, you work around, and that's something that's very important. And you should support each other. And like as always, I feel like this is like in very common in most shonen anime, manga, and everything is like follow your dreams.
Okay. Yeah.
Just go for it. Why not? Like fuck it. You live once. Go for it. Do
Yeah.
what you want to do.
Yeah. And that's how we ended up here, right? I mean, this was not like, hey, let me start a career in podcasting. This is like, hey, I just want to fucking start doing some podcasting, talking to
Yeah,
people, and
like I
and
like to talk
recording
about.
these really amazing conversations that I feel like people would enjoy hearing. And it's not even anything other than that. Like, and for those who are listening and watching, the biggest thing was this nut there's very little structure in today's episode or in any episode that will come forward from here because I want these to be as natural as possible and to really get people to enjoy these conversations. Of course, there's some questions that I'm going to ask and things like that throughout the episodes but I want these conversations to be natural because I feel like our most natural conversations are the ones that bring out the best in the topic, right? Where it's not pre-plan of everything like, hey, we're going to talk about this specific thing on
Yeah.
this episode. This is a very broad spectrum, and I think it's pretty cool like that.
So
So
apart from that, what did you learn from One Piece?
oh honestly, one of the biggest things I feel that One Piece came to me and touched me the most was take care of your friends, take care of the
Yeah.
ones you love. I really do feel that. Like, again, it seems like a lot of anime shows different aspects of that, but Luffy will go to the ends of the earth to defend his crew and defend the people he loves and protect the ones that need protecting and help the ones that deserve the help. And I think that that is one of the biggest things that I was reinforced and continued to enjoy about the series, to make me want to continue to watch it because I have a very similar mentality on that I've had for years. But when I saw it in One Piece and really come out in that storyline, it was one of those things like, yes, this is the right path. I want to take care of my friends. I want to take care of my family. I want to take care of people that need help, but I'm not going to allow people just to screw other people over. I'm going to do my best to make sure the right path is being chosen. And that's what I love about it. Luffy follows his dream. Like, I mean, he wants to do those things and enjoy it. And he doesn't care. He's not looking to step on people and to make other people's life miserable or anything like that to follow his dream. He just wants to live the best life that he can live to achieve his dream. And that's what I felt for that, and that's what I have tried to strive for a little bit more in my life in these last few years. Is I want to follow my dream. I want to do what I love to do, but I'm not going to step on people to get there. I'm not going to ruin other people's lives to get
Yeah.
there. I'm going to do the best me and get to my place when I get there. It doesn't matter if it takes me 5, 10, 20 years. I'm going to get there when I get there, but I'm going to do it the right way. And I'm going to do it the most um, non malicious way, I guess is the best way I could put it to achieve that.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I think it's one of the greatest storylines that I've experienced, obviously over the last 20 years, right? But now you go into people nowadays, with these shows, it's 1,000+ episodes. It's 1,000+ episodes.
It's very hard to sell.
How would you sell it to somebody new to it? How would you try to convince somebody who has never watched long anime? We're talking about normal animes for them are probably 12 episodes. I mean, a lot of animes seem to be around the least 12 to 24 episodes, 1 to 2 seasons. We're talking about, what, 14 seasons? We're in season 14 now, I believe.
Yeah.
14 seasons of the anime, 1,000+ episodes. How do you convince somebody to get into One Piece?
Being around them. What do I mean by this? I've done this twice. I've gotten two of very close friends of mine to actually watch One Piece. They had never watched it before. They were like, "Oh no, this shit's too long. I don't want to." And it's part of the friends that I have here.
Oh, okay.
I have a tattoo here with 7 friends.
Okay.
You can see it. Okay.
A little bit, yeah. We'll take a screenshot and try to post it up during it to get it there. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah. 2 of them had never they haven't watched anything long. And okay, one of them, the longest thing they've watched was JoJo's. But they were like, nah, it's just that JoJo's is perfect, JoJo's is this, JoJo's whatever. And I'm like,
never seen it, but okay.
Just give it a shot. Come on. Give One Piece a shot. Also, he kind of pisses me off a bit because he's like a zombie sometimes. He does not react that much to like series and stuff like that, but still,
okay.
Like he watched it, he's invested. It pisses me off because he also did not give a shit about spoilers. So he was like, maybe episode 100, and he's like, oh, and who's Kaido? I'm like, no, bitch, keep watching. No, you stop getting spoilers.
There you go. Episode 100. Who's Kaido? What the fuck? No. You gotta build to that.
He was like, yeah, this and that. And he was like, oh, what's hockey? What's whatever? I'm like, you keep watching the goddamn series. So, how did I convince him to slowly, I slowly chipped them down? How? Because every time that we had like a meeting or we were with our friends or whatever, we were playing something. I have a rule in terms of my friends that I cannot start a conversation about One Piece. I cannot start it. But if somebody else starts, that is not my fault. I can be involved in the conversation, but that is not my fault. So they would always make every so often a comment here and there about One Piece, and then I would be like, oh yeah, this and that, and then I talk about this, and then I talk about that, and be like, oh, I love this, and then oh, I love that, and then after a couple of years of them hearing me like, oh, this is amazing, and I love this, and I love this of the story, and then I'd be like, oh, I'm watching it again for my 3rd time, and they're like, bitch, it's 1,000 episodes. And I'm like, it's okay. I watched it times 2.
Oh, I think I'm on my 4th iteration of the series. I think I've watched when there was that kind of that longer break, because up until more recently I was only watching dubbed. So I only watched English dub for a good while. And people can trash on dub all you want. I don't give a fuck. I watch the damn thing. I don't care. It doesn't matter. If I don't understand it, it's kind of hard to watch it, but I finally I kept watching it for the longest time. And so once it got to a point where the dub was just taking forever to output more episodes, I said, screw this. I'm going to rewatch it. By the time I get to the end where I was, oh, new episodes had popped up. Okay, cool. So I think I'm on my 4th time rewatching One Piece, but now that I'm watching it subbed and keeping up with it, I don't plan to rewatch it anytime soon. But
I think it was 2022, at the ending of 2022, I decided I was like, okay, I was up to date with the manga, but I hadn't watched the anime, and I had abandoned it in Dressrosa, and I was like, fine. We'll get back up to date. We'll get it there, and then I'll be like, nah, but let's just starting from this. Rosa seems boring. Let's do it. Let's watch it all over again. Let's go, baby.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. I think it just people kind of talking about it. I kind of unknowingly, I kind of became the anime reference person at work, and people, like a lot of people that work with me, they're just like, hey, what are some good animes? What have you been watching? And I'm like listing all these animes, and then I say One Piece, and they're like, man, I can't get into that one. That's like 1,000. I was like, look, listen to me right now. All you have to do is watch a few episodes a day, and in 3 months you'll be caught up. Like, or in about 3 months, if you watch 12 episodes a day, you'll be caught up. But even if you watch 3 or 4 episodes a day, in a few months, you're gonna be caught up. Like, don't you? I need you to understand, it's not that bad. Yes, it's a long series, but what the good thing about that is, that means you have something to watch the entire time, and it's a good series. Yes, and it's a good one.
The only thing you need at your work, the only thing you actually need is one person that watches One Piece. If you have one person that watches One Piece, you will have a conversation every so often with him about One Piece.
Mhm.
Other people will be like, okay.
Oh, I have five people that are caught up on the anime. They don't read the manga, but they're caught up on the anime. So I've had conversations. We talk about it. We're like, hey, what's going to go? But I have to be careful now because I'm caught up on the manga. I was like, I can't give you more information because like when the bounties were about to come out and things like that, I was like, I'm not telling you. Like, I don't know. Like, I have to still keep that thing because obviously learning some of that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, wait.
That's a window.
Fuck.
Was it? God damn it, man. We could have just taken a picture. That's all we had to do. Oh, there's the bounty for it. God damn it. Oh my god.
Oh, god damn it. Why is it so tight? It wasn't supposed to be that.
Brand new camera. We already fucking broke it, y'all.
No, it's not the camera.
That's not the one? Okay.
It was a tripod.
Oh, shit.
It's a piece of the tripod.
Damn. Oh, my God. Oh, that's funny. Oh. But yeah, I mean,
closer now.
A little bit. I think the funniest part is I probably could have just moved your camera a little bit because the bounties are like on the actual edge of your camera. I could have just moved the camera to show it versus you twisting it. And anyway,
I should have just picked up the thing. I swear to God.
Turn. Oh. And we go. Let's go on a little bit. Obviously, he has the. We got TrapReaper with the red poster, movie theater poster behind him. You can kind of see that up in there. He has the entire aspect of it as well with the bounty boards. I got myself a One Piece flag, which is signed by 1, 2, 3, 4. No, only got 3. I got 3 out of the 9 crewmates for the Straw Hats.
Dang.
English dubbed. Hopefully I'm going to go to a convention here in April that I'm going to be able to get the 5 more of them, or 4. No, not 5. 4 more of them. Because I think Nami, Zoro, Luffy are going to be there for sure, and I think I forgot who else. But I know those 3 for sure. We got the One Piece hats, we got the Zoro shirt, the One Piece. I love these adaptations of the Jolly Rogers.
Yeah,
I think a lot of them look really good. I think there's some that are questionable. Don't misunderstand me, the way that they made them, but I think overall the Straw Hat ones are really nice and I think are really good. So let's go ahead.
If we look about like in the manga, look at what Jolly Roger did Kuma have. His Jolly Roger was a goddamn drawn bear.
Oh
that
yeah, that's true.
that Bonnie did. So if we think about it in the world of One Piece, there's a bunch of Jolly Rogers that make no fucking sense. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, no, it is. It's true because, but it's also like Kuma. We're gonna. Okay, major spoilers here. Please pause, skip, whatever you need to do. Please understand. Major spoilers coming up. All right, so we're talking about the mangas in the latest episodes. The Kuma story, man. Holy fuck, dude. That story is heartbreaking, but also absolutely fucking amazing on how
Yes.
well they did that story and what Kuma had to go through for Bonnie. For Bonnie to be okay and what he had to go through, the transformations, the pain, the suffering, all that. Absolutely fucking insane, dude.
The story is so heartbreaking that I don't know if you remember that there was one of the chapters of the manga came out unfinished
Oh.
when he was doing the story on Kuma. It came out unfinished. It was mainly more like sketches. It had very rough lines
Uh-huh.
and it was not polished. And Oda said that he is sorry he couldn't finish this because one of the surgery he had on his eyes,
Yeah.
and two, he was fucking crying over the manuscript.
Oh my god.
Like
Yeah.
how invested and how everything do you have to be to cry over something you are writing?
That's putting
It
yourself in the
has to
world
be
though, dude.
insane.
That's putting yourself in the world. It's putting yourself in there and realizing if people were to see this, if this I feel like he was in Bonnie's shoes. He put himself in Bonnie's shoes, finding out that storyline of Kuma. First of all, Kuma's Pawpaw fruit is fucking insane.
That shit's broken as fuck.
Yeah, the
I
fact
still don't know the limits.
I I don't know, man.
What can he not expel?
A
Because
soul, maybe?
if he can expel anything, can he just grab a devil fruit user and be like, devil fruit over here, and then have somebody
Oh,
else grab it?
that would be interesting. That would be interesting. And
Yeah.
then if that's the case, like why is his devil fruit not more feared? I feel like
I think it was very feared. Like if you think about it, it was on the same level as Kaido's fruit.
yeah,
It was part of those prizes.
mm, yeah,
Also,
that's
like,
true.
can he like maybe if he example, what if he defeats like Mihawk?
Mhm.
Take that as an example. And he like, oh no, I'm gonna push your skill out. Can he actually push that out? The knowledge of the sword and just give it to somebody else?
Yes,
Like
he absolutely can because he pushed out memories. He was able to
exactly.
push out all his memories. So I truly believe that that is possible. If he were to focus enough, even in the slightest, I believe that he would be able to push out somebody's ability to do something and leave it gone. I think it's possible. Yeah, I
Can
absolutely.
example. There it said that not everybody has Conqueror's Hockey.
Mhm.
Can he grab a Conqueror's Hockey user, push out whatever it is that makes them a Conqueror's Hockey user and give it to somebody else that does not have it?
He would have to
Or
know
like
what causes them drive because the whole point of Conqueror's Hockey is the power of will, right? I mean
I don't
that was the
I don't
premise of
think
it.
he knows how the brain works perfectly to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna push out memories.
Well, but he does push out memories though. He
Exactly, but
pushes
if
out his
he
own memory, so he has to
but
have some
how
knowledge
does
on how to do it.
I feel like he just
I think
I don't
he's
know if
too.
it's
I think
if
it's
this is as
that's
broken as I think it is, if he'd be like, push it out, just
yeah.
whatever I want. If I
I
want to push out pain, boom. If I want to push out this, boom.
Yeah. I think it falls under the classic Superman concept. He has the power to do things, but he won't. I think that that's what it comes down to, honestly. And that's also why I feel like the world government wanted to turn him into a subordinate cyborg because they probably did think of,
I
hey, what are things that this person can do?
I think it's
Can we get it?
mainly the race.
Well, that too. I mean, yeah. I mean, his you're gonna have to pronounce it for me because I don't.
Buccaneer.
Buccaneer. Okay,
That's how I say it.
fair enough. Fair
That's how
enough.
I have heard other people say it.
If someone can correct the race of Kuma for us and how to
Yeah.
actually pronounce it, please leave it in the comments with the little proper description on how to pronounce it. Obviously, it hasn't been said in the anime yet of exactly what he is and things like that. So I'm kind of a little bit more waiting for that to hear some of the way they say some of these names. But overall, man, honestly, I think his devil fruit has there every devil fruit has some type of limit, but I think that his
They,
is.
do they?
I mean, everything does really. I mean, take crocodile's devil fruit. His weakness is to water. So I mean,
Yeah.
without water, like yeah, he does have a little bit more limitless potential, but when you put water on him, there he's limited. It doesn't matter what
Okay,
he
then
does.
what would happen if he awakens it?
If he awakens it is the question.
Yeah,
I don't think he will.
exactly. Yeah, but like we're talking about if they have
In
a
a
limit or
in a
not.
hypothetical aspect of
In a
it,
hypothetical case, not we don't depend on the user because
yeah,
there's always gonna be a user failure. But does the power have a limit? Like if we think about Logia, if a Logia user is strong enough, and I think they awaken, I think they're able to. What I understand from an awakened Logia user, I would imagine is that they're able to change the terrain permanently and alter the weather of that place permanently.
yeah. I mean, you take the battle between Aki
Akino and
and
Okiji.
yeah. I mean, you take their battle. They changed Punk Hazard. They changed that entire environment. Half became a complete hot molten lava area, and the other one became an icy wasteland. So yeah, no,
Exactly.
definitely think those are potentials with it. And I think when it comes to like Crocodile specifically, I think his awakening would just be a drier environment. It just won't naturally rain.
It would be a dry wasteland, and
Yeah,
anything that comes close would get a like a null of
yeah,
any like moisture, any water, any everything that's exposed to that would be dissipated, evaporated, and I feel like that would be so fucking insane.
yeah. No, I mean it would, but if that's the case, that means he would just pretty much be able to walk on water, right? He'll be able to walk
I
across
don't
the
think
ocean
he
floor.
could. Yeah, I walked across the ocean floor,
Yeah,
but I think one of the limits that it has is everybody says that every awakening costs a lot of stamina on the user.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So it
take
would
fifth
be how
gear.
long he can take it.
Yeah, take fifth gear. I mean, Luffy can use it, and the fact that in the manga he's able to kind of go into it, I feel a little bit easier than he is into fourth gear, as well, because he transfers into the fifth gear. I feel a lot easier with Will with no problem than he was trying to go into his fourth gear forms.
I feel like it's more that he has like the awakening of the fruit has like flipped a switch.
Mhm.
So it's not like you can like turn it off. It's just that now he can just like be free.
Yeah. No, and I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Like, but he's able to do it easier, but he's only able still to maintain it for a short amount of time. He basically becomes immobile, just like he did when he did third gear for the first time, when he did fourth gear for the first few times. He becomes
Yeah.
immobile for an X amount of time after using it. So I totally agree. He's not like if Crocodile were to awaken it, hypothetically awaken it, he can evaporate any type of moisture within X amount of area of him.
That's what we think. We're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sure if that
I
would
mean,
happen.
all hypothetical here, right? He's able to do it. He could still only go so far on the ocean floor before he loses his
Runs out
stamina,
of
and
that.
then
Yeah.
boom, water, and then done, right? Um, so okay. Again, this is all great. I love it.
Topics everywhere.
Um, I think when it comes to the fifth gear and all that and the awakenings of devil fruits, I think it's really important to see how they use it, and I think the awakenings are tailored to the user, to be honest, because I feel like the only reason, like, the gum fruit is important. The gum fruit and Nomi and all that is an important fruit, and eventually it ideally would awaken to Nico's form, right? That's what it does. That's what it wants to do, right? But I believe that also has to do with Luffy, because I feel like Luffy was the reason it got awakened. Because I don't feel like every devil fruit awakens as we've gone through it so before, and obviously we haven't seen it in people that's had their devil fruit for years. They're not in awakened forms. They're just basic. So I feel like that's the awakening of the devil fruit is tailored to the person itself and the user itself and who has it too.
I have a theory in general that the devil fruit looks for its user and not the other way around.
So we're talking about like a Green Lantern ring here?
Something like that.
Okay.
I feel like every devil fruit has a will of their own, and it influences who their user is going to be.
Okay. I can see that.
Because you cannot tell me that characters have gotten that perfect devil fruit that's like designed specifically for them every single time so fucking often.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I do think that there's some things like that.
It would make no fucking sense.
I think there's a little bit more. Maybe not necessarily devil fruits, but I think there's a little bit more hand puppeteering working at hand that leads these people to these items, right, and to get them. My curiosity of it is, and we've touched based on it before. Where does a devil fruit go when the user dies? Because when the user dies, the devil fruit's supposed to reappear. And it's supposed to supposedly come somewhere else and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Where? Like, where does it just pop up at random or what?
What I understand from it is it will reappear in the closest fruit that is of the specific type the fruit was.
Okay.
Like, for example, Kaku's fruit was like a devil fruit banana, if you remember in Lobby. It would reincarnate into the closest banana fruit that is close by.
Okay. All right.
I don't think it would just like appears in any fruit. I feel like they have to be like in the closest.
It will always be the same
specific type.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, again, another perfect branch into here. Now we're talking about CP9. CP9 going into CP0. CP0 comes in the Wano arc, makes a huge deal with the awakening of the gum fruit to begin with, and actually ultimately I feel like caused the awakening of the gum fruit.
Correct.
Right? Now we're talking about Lucius and what was his name? The giraffe guy. Aku. They come back in the arc of the Egghead Island arc, and they're awakened. And it's crazy to see their awakening form, especially Lucius, because his awakening form looks similar to that of Luffy's. I feel where he has that cloud of almost that cloud essence around his form to do it. What I
understand from that is that Soen fruit users, when they awaken, they get the mantle when they awaken correctly, and they can use their fruit to their will. When they awaken incorrectly, it happens the same as the Impel Down jailers, which were the first confirmed awakened Soen users.
Oh, okay.
That they have lost their mind, they can't talk, they can't anything, and they're just like beasts. They go around beating up people.
Okay. Oh, that's I didn't know that. So that's kind of that's again that like, and again we'll I'll say it again. I'm a One Piece fan. I'm not super deep into lore, mostly because I enjoy the show. I would love to learn more, and I've always talking to Trap over the last couple of years on and off about One Piece as time has gone on. I've learned more and more, and so that's actually an interesting fact. So that's kind of cool. So basically, the right path leads you to basically have a mantle. The wrong path leads you to almost becoming a land sea beast, if you will, because they're just huge ass freaking creatures. I mean, that's what they
Yeah,
become, right? So that's crazy, man.
I feel like Chopper uh, kind of goes into his awakened form when he's in Monster Point,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
yeah, I can
it's
see that.
not complete.
Yeah,
I would love it if like the next like Chopper gets an actual awakening. It would feel like something a good progress for him. Like
mhm.
when he uses the Rumble Ball another time, like Forces uses it more than 3 times again or something like that, and he forces the Devil Fruit into an actual awakening would be like kind of a big deal. It would be interesting to know. Imagine him going into Monster Point and getting like
The
the
mantle. I would
little
be
the
insane,
mat.
dude. That would be nuts. I think Chopper was out of most of the Straw Hat crew. I think Chopper, uh, up until honestly the 2 year gap, I almost felt like Chopper was one of the more useful Straw Hat crew members because
I think he still
he,
is.
uh,
He's
I'll
the
disagree with
Doctor,
you on that
dude.
one. I'm gonna straight up disagree with you on that. I don't think he's like at the bottom. Don't misunderstand me. But as far as when we're talking about needing actions, all his different point styles, his monster form, the ability of the
Oh
rumble ball,
yeah,
the fact that he was the doctor of the crew, I feel like he was a little more
he's put
adaptable.
in more. He's been put more on the sideline and basically focused more on his doctor aspect
Yeah,
than all his abilities and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah, I do agree with that. But the crew is very stupid, and without Chopper, half of
yeah.
them would be dead.
This is
Like
true.
it would end up being like Robin, Nami, Frankie, and Chopper,
Yeah.
and Jinbei. That's it. Everybody else would be dead.
Yep.
Usopp would be dead. Luffy would be dead. Sanji would be dead. Zoro would be dead.
Zoro would have died 10 times over at this point, man, without Chopper. That's for
Like,
sure. I agree with you on that one. And that's what I mean. I feel like Chopper sometimes, like Chopper, I feel gets a lot of love. As far as a general character within the
oh
anime.
yeah, he's like the
Oh,
mascot.
yeah, but I think that's all he's retrospected as, is just the mascot. But I think he's a lot more than that. He's a lot better than that.
Yeah.
I would do that. So let's go into this little thing, and I'm kind of curious. How would you officially rate the rank of power? Let's go power. The rank of power of the Straw Hat crew.
Of the Straw Hat crew.
Not throw away bounty. We know bounty. We know the bounty rank.
Oh, about, yeah.
Throw away bounties. How would you rank the Straw Hat crew?
Okay, let's start with the easy part. Luffy is number 1, Zoro's number 2, Sanji's number 3.
Okay.
I do consider Sanji to be stronger than Jinbei.
Okay.
Okay. Fourth would be easy, Jinbei. Yeah. Because if we just like look at it as a broad spectrum, he's the only one that actually has hockey
Yeah.
of the others. I know Usopp has hockey, but not really done much
Prominent.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is gonna be like one of my controversial takes. I think next comes Brook.
Okay.
I think Brook
I follow you on that
Brook
one.
is a fucking beast, and he deserves so much fucking more.
Okay.
Whole Cake would have gone to shit if it wasn't for Brook.
Oh
Brook
yeah.
was the MVP of Whole Cake. He grabbed that whole goddamn saga, put it on his back, and he's like, "Let's go, baby. Oh, come on. I'll make it easy for you. Come on, let's go. Come on. Don't worry about it. Here, you want a polygraph? Here. Here. Oh, you wanna break the picture for a mother camera? There you go. Oh, you wanna distract us? There you go. Oh, you wanna 1v1 with Big Mom? Oh, little lady, you can't deal with me. Come on, man. Fucking hell.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. Yeah.
After that, I'll give it to Nico Robin.
Okay.
Her like the demon body giant thing,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
very strong.
That was crazy.
That's very fucking strong.
That was insane. Yes, for sure.
After that, we'll give it to Frankie because he has very strong attacks and he's very sturdy.
Okay.
You know what? This is gonna. We're gonna go with Nami next because now
Ooh.
she has Suze,
Okay.
and
Yep.
Suze is like a
Fair.
one-shotter.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Suze
mean,
can
it's a
like
powerful.
any like low-level kind of shit, anything. She can one-shot with a big planned attack with Suze. Also, Nami is incredibly smart,
Yeah.
and she can if she can avoid direct conflict for a while. You let her set up, she can one-shot almost anything.
Okay. That I agree with you. Yeah, I can see that.
And and you know what? I'm gonna put Chopper next, and I'm gonna put last Usopp, even though it's the only other user of hockey in the crew.
I
He's going dead fucking last.
I yeah. I mean, I I for the most part I agree with you. I do I agree with a lot of your rankings, and I agree with the thought process you have behind it. I'm gonna change it up a little bit for you, and then hear this.
Okay, okay.
So I think the first three, same thing: Luffy, Zoro, Sanji.
Luffy's
I think
Sanji.
I think Sanji is definitely obviously meant to be one of the powerhouses. He's meant to be one of the top monsters. I think he sometimes doesn't get the showing of the power that he has respectfully within the anime. Now I know we talk.
That's the anime.
Yeah. And in the anime, he doesn't get the respect he deserves as an overall powerhouse. I do agree with that, and I do feel that after reading in the manga and seeing how he fights within that and what he does. But I would
that little thing that happened in the anime where they changed Marco's dialogue is very fucked up.
Oh yeah.
That's very fucked up. In the anime, he's like, "Here comes the wings of the Pirate King."
Yep.
And in the anime, here comes the star. And next, Zoro appears. What the fuck?
Yep.
Why would they like change this so drastically?
I mean, Zoro's an easy plot. I mean, I'll even do this. Hold on.
I know Zoro's merchandise and everything sells so much more, but like it's still.
So I have this. I have the pop collection that came out a while back, right? Of the four of them, and look of the four who's on there, and then we got Sabo. Why was that not Sanji? Why was Sanji not in there? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
I don't know, man.
I don't get it. I don't understand why Sanji wasn't in there. I don't understand that part in there. So that to me is again that showing aspect of why Sanji isn't as prominent in the anime as I think he should be.
I feel like it's to blame the attitude he had after the 2 years.
Oh yeah.
I feel that had such a big hit on him as an image, as everything on every single media, that they kind of like reduced his like screen time. They kind of like reduce his merchandise, or like they're not buying him as much. He kind of like now.
Yeah, but they can only do it so much because you do it too much. He's the main part of the crew. He's part of the big three. I mean, that's what he's supposed to be. So you can't get rid of him. But I think in the Wano arc is where they start to show a little bit more of his abilities, a little bit more of his thing with his awakening and all that. And I think that was definitely important. Going back to the ranking for a second. Rank 4. I would actually put Brook in front of Jinbei. I would actually put Brook in front of Jinbei for the same reasons that you kind of put him in fifth, a bump a little of everyone else. I feel like Brook has a lot more potential and power, both as a swordsman, as the ability to get a lot of things. And he shows it too in some aspects of being able to cut through Big Mom's abilities, being the Soul King and things like that.
I think Brook needs observation. If Brook gets good observation with his speed,
oh
easy.
Yeah, no, hands down.
He becomes like the best fucking spy in the fucking world.
Yeah,
he can go anywhere and nobody would fucking know he's there.
Yep. No, I agree with that, and that's kind of why I put him in 4 overall. I put Jinbei 5. I put him there because he is strong. He is hands down his
Because
back
he has both.
history.
He
Yeah,
has both basic tactics.
yeah.
If he didn't, yeah.
But he's also one of the few that are the strongest without devil fruit. I feel
Yeah.
like he could sit there. I feel like Jinbei could actually sit there and go toe to toe with Sanji and Zoro. I don't think
Oh yeah, that's for
ultimately.
sure.
I don't think ultimately he would win if they were to get like really serious within the fight. But I believe that he would go really good toe to toe with them. Same thing with Brook. I think Brook would give Zoro a run for his money. And as far as swords, I do not believe that he would be on the same level, though. I do ultimately believe that Zoro would kick his ass, but I do believe that out of the aspect of it, I believe Brook would give Zoro a decent fight.
I
So
feel like if they're maybe just talking about sword technique, there's a little bit you can talk about. But in terms of strength, I feel like he's too far away. Like
oh yeah,
Zoro's, like even between Zoro and Sanji, I know Sanji got so much stronger. I know everything, but what did Kaido say? Kaido said, "This sea is ruled by Haki,
yeah.
and who's the only one with advanced conquerors? Zoro."
Zoro. Yeah, no, without a doubt, man. Zoro's top class, man. Zoro's there within it, and I see Zoro as being the next, the Dark King and all that aspect of it. Right under
And it
Luffy, he'll be
and
in
it
his
kind
own
of
right.
it kind of has to be Zoro. Like if you look at their jobs in terms of the crew, everybody has a job. What is Zoro's job? He's the swordsman.
Yep.
What's the swordsman? He's the fighter. He's
Yeah.
always training. He's always recovering. He's always doing what he has to do to be stronger.
Yeah.
That's why he has to be stronger than everybody else, maybe except Luffy.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the end of the series, it would make sense for me that Zoro would be stronger than Luffy.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that potential. I mean, because you look at the Dark King Rayleigh with the Gold Roger. I mean, I almost feel like Dark King Rayleigh was stronger. I really do. I mean, just from the interactions and things like that. I'm hoping, and
I don't
we're gonna
know.
try and jump around
Maybe
here for a second,
we've
but
never seen him actually fight, so we like I can't really
no,
say.
no, and you're right. I'm hoping we're gonna see that. I'm hoping there is a branch coming into this Wano series or into the Egghead Island series where we're gonna visit a little bit more of
I need God
uh
Valley.
God Valley. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like going fully deep into God Valley of
I
what
fucking
happened with the
need it.
Rocks pirates and everything and what made Garp a hero. That's what
Please,
I'm looking for.
give me a little bit,
Yeah.
just a little bit. Come on, something. You tease me so badly in
Yeah.
this fucking goddamn Kuma flashback. And like, oh,
Oh, dude.
God Valley, rocks are coming. Boom, we're gone. Fuck you, man. Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me?
Oh yeah, dude, that shit killed me when I read it through
Also,
the manga.
why the fuck is Prima Rosa there?
You know, I don't know. That is a good question.
Does it mean that she like we know she knows hockey?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's Amazon Lily.
Yep.
Everybody in Amazon Lily knows hockey.
Yep.
But was she in the level to be part of Rocks?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like we're gonna when we finally get to the point where we really see the entire crew layout because we haven't even seen who's actually has been in the Rock Pirates. We haven't seen
Like,
everybody.
Not all of
We've
not all of them.
we've seen the three
You've
main
seen the
emperors
beginners.
and Prima there.
It's Rocks, Whitebeard, we have Kaido, we have Big Mom, we have Shiki, we have John. Which one? Which one is that one? Doctor John.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
John. He was a zombie in Trail of Bark.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got his body. We have the dude that was protecting the base that now Blackbeard has. I don't remember his name. Oshi something.
Oh
Well,
yeah. I don't. They only
that
showed him
dude.
briefly.
We have Stussy. We have Primrose that is like the previous emperor of Amazon Lily,
Yeah.
and I don't remember anybody else. Yeah, whatever. So we've seen those, and one of the things that they're saying is like, what if Rocks kind of like the Straw Hat Crew, where there was a small number, but they were all big hitters.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that without a doubt. Like I feel like the Rock Pirates, the Gold Roger Pirates, were a lot. I think the Gold Roger Pirates had a much bigger crew than a lot of some of these pirates, but I think the Rock
Yeah,
Pirates were they didn't really have a true goal. They just wanted to wreak havoc in some aspects, I almost feel. And I think that's why Whitebeard kind of went away from them too. I
I
mean,
feel like there has to like Rocks had to have a goal, and I saw this theory before, and it kind of made sense to me to be have the only way to have that many hard hitters and everybody following the commands of one person. Do you remember the Davy Jones fight?
yeah, uh-huh.
I feel like that is the way that Rocks built his crew.
Where he just challenged other pirates crew and took the members?
Yes,
Hmm. I would
because
be that would be
how the hell would you get Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Shiki, all of these big names to just be like, fine, we'll serve you. It's not.
yeah.
It's not something that's just
But
gonna
this
be
is
like,
also these are big names now. And yes, they were somewhat big then, but they were big then because they were part of the Rock Pirates. So I agree with your thought process. I could see where
yeah,
the
but
Davy
all
Jones
of
battle
them
could do it. But I feel like
immediately,
I
immediately when the crew ended, they made their own crews and they were big,
yeah.
like immediately. They had like people waiting there, like, come on, let me be a part of you. Let me just get a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I could I mean that that's an interesting one. I could see that. I really do. Um
Also, like, I know people shit on Foxy, but that shit's canon. And there has to
dude,
be a
that
reason.
was that
There has to be a reason.
Foxy, that arc was both the funniest in my opinion, but also the most annoying arc of the series because
Yeah,
it was hilarious some of the shit that they were doing. But I was so frustrated with that damn thing
it's a
of
pain.
like
It's a
you
pain.
you need to
I
stop.
hate
You need to
Foxy.
go away, motherfucker. Like you're done.
I
You're
hate him.
done.
I hate him.
So
In
let
terms of like annoying character, I hate him, but not
oh yeah, no, hands down.
like
Annoying character.
actual hate. I don't know if any other character right now has that has gotten that much amount of hate as Saturn has.
Oh yeah.
Like everything in Kuma's flashback is basically his fault.
Oh,
And the
100%.
way he told him, like, your bloodline would make you a slave, and you're coming back to be a slave.
Yeah.
It's very fucked up.
But again, it goes to where I kind of go back to protecting your friends, protecting your family, and
Yeah,
doing everything for them. Kuma didn't care. He didn't care.
Kuma
He was
didn't give a
going to
fuck.
do
He was
everything
like,
he
"Oh,
can to
you're
protect
gonna,
Bonnie.
I'll do whatever." Like, if they could have told, they literally could have told Kuma to be like, "Go to that kingdom and eradicate it for Bonnie,"
Hmm.
and he would have been like, I know he would have like broken on the inside, but I think he would have done it.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think he would have hands down done it to make sure Bonnie was safe in the end, hands down.
And I'm
Um,
sorry, but I feel like it's like Kuma's power is too stupid. It's too strong.
yeah,
I feel like they they had to make him into a cyborg to nerf him. So they like now he doesn't have will. Because if not, fucking hell, there's no way to stop him.
oh yeah, no, hands down. I agree with you on that. Oh, no, that's gonna be too great. I do. I agree with that. Oh.
Because the power to just compress air into any fucking amount is absurd.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But for fucking sure, dude. For fucking sure. And we talked about it, earlier in the episode where it's just wondering of his limits and everything. I think Kuma's devil fruit was crazy. And I think a lot of them are nuts, man. A lot of the devil fruit. There's so many of them, right? Too many to kind of touch base on this episode. And we'll kind of talk about it. We'll plan another episode.
Other time because we're not gonna end this.
We'll never end this, and I need people to watch the show. I need people to actually watch the whole thing. So let's kind of make a segue here into doing the trivia questions. So I'm gonna ask you a series of 10 questions. We're just gonna kind of see how many you get right. I'm actually going to give me a second. I'm going to create a.
You testing me? Let's see. Do I know as much as I said I know?
Right, and this is where it's gonna be. I'm gonna put that right there in the middle, and we'll kind of update it
as we go.
Let me see if I can, and we'll edit that small part out.
In the next one, we'll talk about theories.
Yeah, we'll hit a little bit more, and I think come the next one, I'm probably gonna go out of my way and like kind of go a little bit more in lore so I can kind of keep up with some of this stuff because dude, there's so much, especially when it comes to like black swords and the devil fruits and hockeys and why they were able to see it and things like that. And Luffy's dude, there's so much. There's so much. We have 1,000 episodes that we could cover. We could literally cover every episode, and we'll take 1,000 episodes to cover each episode. That's what we'll do.
Okay. Yeah.
But we'll ask you a series of 10 questions. There's no time limit here, but obviously, preferably not to Google shit. Answer it to the top of your noggin as fast as you can.
Okay.
And what it was. Okay. What is Luffy's signature attack prior to the time skip?
Gum pistol.
Gum pistol. There you go.
Easy
one. We got it.
One he learns.
We gotta get it. Gotta ease you in.
Okay. You could also say bazooka. He used bazooka a lot.
He did use a bazooka a lot, but his fists were always as strong as pistols. That's what he always said when he was a kid.
I did not watch the dub, so.
Well, yeah, fair enough. He still says it. I mean, the dub's there, but he still
said it as a kid. He said it as a kid.
But they asked him as it several times, especially like in that Red movie, when Uda is talking to him. Are your fists still as strong as pistols? She asked him that during the thing.
When he's a kid.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Also, the movie's not canon.
Yeah, whatever.
Uda is canon, but the movie is not canon.
Well, Uda's canon because they put her in like what 4 or 5 episodes.
No, they put her in one single panel in the manga.
Yeah, but she's actually in the anime, too.
Yeah, but it's not a canon episode.
Oh shit! No shit! I didn't know that. That's crazy.
We only know that Uda exists in the universe. Huh. But apart from that, we don't know anything else.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That you learn something new, right? What is the name of the part of sea between the Grand Line and all the other blues?
Calm belt.
There you go. Calm belt. Who is known as the Pirate Empress?
The Pirate Empress?
Yep.
My baby, my girl, Boa Hancock. We love her.
Boa Hancock. Yes, it is.
We love her. She's my favorite character.
Yeah, no, she plays a lot, dude, in that whole thing, which is kind of crazy.
It's just that she's my favorite character because every time she appears, it's great. It's fun. It's entertaining.
Yep.
People are like, but why? There's so much more complicated characters, and I'm like, I just like her. Every time she appears, or something funny happens, or something absurd happens, it's fun. I like, yeah.
Oh yeah, hands down. She plays a big part into a lot of it, especially into this later half of it too, when Blackbeard tries to go get her. So that's an interesting aspect, which we didn't
My
really
girl
even
has a
touch
bigger
on.
bounty than
Blackbeard.
Zoro.
She does, right? You're right. I think, well, who's it? Crocodile and Mihawk. Crocodile actually has less than a bounty than Zoro, but Mihawk actually has a bigger bounty
Luffy.
than Luffy. So that's crazy.
Buggy has a bigger bounty than Luffy.
Yeah, that's just pure bullshit. Anyways, who is known as the strongest creature in the world?
The strongest creature in the world is Kaido, and the strongest man is Whitebeard, Edward Newgate.
There you go. You don't get double points for a second answer, not for a question, but still give it to that. It's good to know. It's good to
I'm
know.
showing off. I'm showing off.
What was the name of the island that learned about the Void Century?
If we're talking about Robin's home island, it would be O'Hara.
O'Hara. O'Hara is an acceptable answer. Oh, for sure. On that.
Also, there's a Twitter user called the Library of O'Hara that you should check out. He usually translates the interviews and FPF segments that One Peice.
Ooh, okay. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out and see if we can find a little bit more of that. Going back into the later part of Skypiea, what was the name of the islands where the Skypiea Skypeans were located?
I know that they called it like Fairy Earth or something like that, but Fairy Earth is just the fact that it's like the dirt in general. But it was part of the Jaya Island.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember exactly what it was called. But there's a theory with the other section that is missing it.
You're getting on close. So where the Skypeans actually lived was the upper yard. It was in the upper yard.
Yeah.
That's where it was. So you got one miss, but I mean, still rocking 5 out of it so far.
If we're being honest, it wasn't really an island from Skypiea, so they just renamed it. It is part of the island of Jaya because it was thrown into the sky by the knockup stream.
Okay, you got everything else right, but the fact that it was an upper yard, I don't know how you didn't know that. Okay.
It's not such relevant information.
But it's still a trivia question.
Still, yeah, sure. If you're gonna go with island names, you're gonna hit me a lot.
No. I think that was probably my one trip up one because like I knew it, but it was also one of those things like, yeah, like you, I didn't remember it. Like who the would remember that shit? What are the names of all the worst generation captains?
The name of the all worst generation captains. Okay. Worst generation is, let's start with Blackbeard, which is Marshall D. Teach. We have Trafalgar the Water Law. We have Eustace Kid. We have Uruk, the Mad Monk Uruch.
Mhm.
We have the Jewelry Bonnie. We have Apu.
Mhm.
Apo.
Yeah, Apu, Apal.
We have Hawkins. We have X Drake. Diaz Drake. We have Caponga and Beige. Killer and Sorrow are not captains. Okay, we have Luffy, obviously. Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah.
Wait, did I already do all of them? I didn't count. How many do I have? There should be 9.
8. You're missing one. Right?
Okay, we have.
Yeah, because I hadn't heard just
Luffy, Capone, Kid.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You said I didn't hear you say Kid at one point. I was just like, did he say that? I didn't remember. But yeah.
Eustace Kid.
Yeah. Okay. That I heard the name and I was just like, wait. That sounds right. Yeah, that's the right way. But it didn't click. Okay. But yeah, yeah. All right. So you got six in there. It's great. We're doing well. What is uh, what is the name of what? Hold on. Wait. Let me see how I can write this question correctly.
Okay.
Oh.
No worries. No worries.
Nah, yeah, this is easy. What's the name of all the devil fruits from the Straw Hat Crew? What are all
That's
the
like
names of the devil fruits?
all the devil fruits. We're not gonna end here.
We're not gonna end.
Okay, we have the Hana Hana no Mi, the Hito Hito no Mi, the Hito Hito no Mi of Mika. What else has a devil fruit? Oh, and Yomi Yomi no Mi. Anybody else? No, I don't know. Mika, Hito Hito, Hana Hana, Yomi Yomi. That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah, that's all. Yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Number 7. Okay. Okay. Oh no, that's an island name. That's probably gonna trip you up. Man, I realized that I had more island name ones. I had several questions written down just to make sure that like I could.
It's like the small part of an island. You're like,
I mean,
just go for it. Just go for it.
yeah. I think this was what was the name of the island where Luffy learned how to use hockey?
Runestera. It's like an island in the Calm Belt that's close to Amazon Lily.
I'll give you the wording because I don't know how to properly pronounce it, but the way you pronounced it seemed right, so I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah.
Ruskaina.
I've never learned how to pronounce that shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to you because it sounded pretty close. Oh, because this is just again one of those things I don't fucking know. Oh, and then let's see. Last question. Let's see if we can get a fair one, but a difficult one as well. What was the other name? What were other names for the second commander Ace?
Other names, second commander Ace. So he was captain of the Ace Pirates.
Yeah,
that's one.
There you go. That's one.
I don't remember. He was named something like Fire something, Flame something. But right now, the only thing that comes up is Flame Emperor. Thinking about Sabo.
Actually, he was listed as Flame Emperor during a time. So you were right. Yeah, his actually one of his moves is even Flame Emperor. When he's fighting for it, fighting against Black. So yeah, I mean
But there's one there's one when he just became a rookie when they gave him the card when they sent him the letter to be part of the Shishibukai.
Mm-hmm.
They were calling him something specifically, something of like the Flame Rookie, something with rookie in it. I don't remember exactly. I don't know if you read the novel.
No, that one you sent me. No, I hadn't read that one yet.
Okay.
I hadn't. I will, but I haven't. I've been trying to keep up with just the general One Piece manga. Up until more recently, I hadn't like been waiting week to week, right? But we'll give it to you. So nine coming out a 9 into there, which isn't too bad. Well, one question tripped you up, which was the name of an island. So what I recommend for you next episode,
the name of a piece of an island, not even the name of an island.
Hey, it was still where they lived, man. I don't know what else to tell you. So there, that's our trivia question, y'all. Those are things that we're gonna kind of do every episode. We're gonna ask our guest some trivia questions. As I kind of get a little bit more and more into it, I'm gonna have a little bit more of progressing difficulty on the questions and things like that. But that was a lot of fun. I think that was really cool. Trap Reaper going on there, hitting everyone out of the park, pretty much there. So starting off with a strong 9, going out to it. So let's go making that. We're gonna transfer into our another segment here. Would you rather? So we're gonna ask you about 6 would you rather questions. Go ahead.
Before you go, I'm gonna send you one question back.
Okay, what's up?
Which is the objectively worst devil fruit in the series?
Ooh.
There's one very clear answer over anything else.
Trying to wrap my brain around every single one that they've ever interacted with, and
like I feel like it's the dumbest shit ever.
I'm honestly gonna have to go with the soap fruit, the one from CP9, the clean, or is it clean fruit? I don't remember. It was soap or clean. I would honestly say that was
soap.
It was what?
It was the soap, but no.
No. Okay.
I feel like that one has more powers. That one has things you can do.
Okay.
There's one that absolutely only does one thing, and you can't do shit by yourself. The jacket no me.
Oh yeah, that one oh yeah, from the freaking Della Rosa
fruit in the whole series. I swear to God.
That one. I forgot about that one. Oh, I could put my body around somebody else and use all the, basically become a puppet master. I'm like, so fucking you're useless then. Yeah, you're right.
Put it. He becomes a jacket. He goes on the floor. If his brother did not put it on, he wouldn't be able to do shit.
Yep, you're right. I completely forgot about that one. I would agree with that one. Hands down, the Jack fruit was probably
it would be a good fruit, you know?
Yeah.
Other people into jackets. Because now they will become a piece of shit. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Damn.
I completely forgot about that one, honestly. That was I think again, it was so insignificant. Like this dude, this dude's not gonna this dude's not gonna do anything. Yeah. That's funny. We're gonna go into the would you rather. This is again just general questions of would you rather do one or this. Nothing difficult. It's just more of just kind of what you feel. Would you rather, in the world of One Piece, would you rather be a pirate or a marine?
How it works right now, I would go with pirate.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it's One Piece, it's pirate era. That kind of makes more sense. But they're
also marines are kind of treated like shit. And if you're at least a low level pirate, if you're in a decent pirate crew, you could maybe like get along. If you're just a chore boy in the marines, it's like, nah, fuck you, man. I don't want to clean the floor all the time.
Yep. You got. I mean, you got Kobe, who started off mopping floors. The only reason he became anything worthwhile is because of Garp. Because Garp took him in and said, like, hey, I'm gonna do this for you. So yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Would you rather live on the Grand Line or in one of the blues?
In one of the blues.
Yeah, one of the
I want to survive. I like my life. I like to live, you know?
I almost feel like the Grand Line would have been better. And the only reason I say that is because in the blues, I feel like it was more world corrupting in some aspects.
What you got to think about is also that we only saw a tiny piece. We've only seen a tiny piece of the world.
This is true.
You know that there has been comparison between the One Piece world and Earth, and the One Piece world, the globe, is 10 times bigger than Earth.
The fuck? I didn't see that. I'm like, that's a
Yep.
big ass planet. No wonder it's all full of water.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. I didn't. Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, but just to make sure, I would go to one of the seas that does not have the giant bridge being built on. I think that's West Blue, the one that has the giant bridge. Tequila Wolf, I think it's called.
I don't know.
Where they sent Robin on the 2 years. Where she first
Oh,
got
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
not go to that sea. No,
Oh,
that
okay.
sea is always looking for prisoners to send over, and
Yeah.
I don't want to build a bridge. Fuck that bridge.
That's fair. That's fair. Um, would you rather be a hockey master or a devil fruit user?
Hockey master.
Okay,
I can protect myself from devil fruits.
this is true. This is true, and you
But
could
a
damage
devil
them.
fruit user cannot protect itself from hockey.
Yep. Yeah. That's where we kind of touch base back on the Lokia fruit and things like that, where it's great
Also,
for them.
Garp.
Yeah. Garp.
Just Garp, bitch.
Garp
Just
something else, man.
Just Garp, man. Just Garp.
Garp is something else.
It's like-
Again, we're gonna touch base on it just for a second.
Just like fuck your world.
The episode or the chapter of Garp fighting the Blackbeard pirates is
Beautiful.
fucking nuts. Like
I want to see that animated now.
oh
Just-
hell yes. For again,
I wanna
if
see
you're
the destruction, baby. Oh, boom, baby.
the Giga Impact, dude, that shit was nuts, man. I mean,
Fucking hell. That's like a One Punch Man.
oh yeah. Yeah, no, he absolutely like what I was just like, what the fuck was this?
Oh. Also, read the One Punch Man manga. That shit's good.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
He punched Jupiter and it made it disperse.
I feel like the One Punch concept was anime's way of dealing with Goku, or not Goku, with like comparing it to like Superman, because I just feel like the dude's like super overpowered. Like every time I hear anything about him, he's not taking damage, he's not getting hurt, he's just
that's
like,
not his goal.
boop.
The idea of the series is him to learn how to live with that shit. Because he's fucking bored. And he's never gonna get a challenge. He's never gonna get a fucking challenge.
Yeah, and that's
Never gonna. They're gonna show him any new technique, any new whatever. And he's like, oh, let me try. I'll do that. Oh, I can do it easy. And he does it better. That's the point.
he's the main character of the fucking storyline, and he has no real purpose in the storyline. There are more things going on with other characters in that storyline than him.
Exactly.
And I'm all like, why?
It's a comedy.
I don't watch anime for comedy. I watch anime for fucking life
I
lessons.
love comedies.
Oh god. This dude. All right. Fucking it. I swear, man.
One Piece is also a comedy. What do you mean?
No, One Piece has comedic moments. It is not a comedy. There's a big difference.
It's part of a comedy. Look at the tags. You will see comedy in there somewhere.
There you go, right? There you go. Would you rather learn hockey from Rayleigh or swordsmanship from Mihawk?
Technically, if you're learning swordsmanship from Mihawk, he would also teach you hockey.
I know you're.
So
you're,
I'm gonna go with that route.
You're gonna go with the Mihawk swordsmanship. Okay. I mean, I feel
also,
like it'd be learned the other way too. That Riley would, as teaching you hockey, would also teach you swordsmanship a bit.
Not really, because if we look at it, for example, Luffy, he didn't teach him swordsmanship. But
That's
if
true.
we're gonna go with Mihawk teaching him swordsmanship, you're not gonna survive a spar with Mihawk if you don't have hockey.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, okay, I see it there.
I
I
feel
see
like
it.
if you don't have hockey, the monkeys outside of me castle are gonna kill you.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Those things. Uh. Would you rather be a resident of Water 7 or be a citizen of Skypiea?
Are we talking about Skypea under the rule of NL? Or Skypea in what point? Or
Uh,
Skypea right now?
we'll say Skypiea right now. We'll say
Like after
Skypiea right
NL, Grand Falls reinstated as a god. There's a bunch of dials in Skypea which seem very fun to use. I'm gonna go with Skypea
now. Okay.
just because I don't want to deal with the Aqua Laguna every fucking year. Be like, no, dude, I
Yeah.
can't deal with this shit. Fuck you, man. I can't get waterproof furniture every single year, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. Um.
Also dials, you know, and I'll get the scent dial, I'll fart on it, and if anybody's like being annoying with me, I'll be like, fuck you.
There you go. There you go. Um. um. That's funny. The dial. I think the dials were kind of crazy. You know, adding that
I'm
aspect.
so pissed that Usopp is not using dials anymore.
Yeah,
Why?
I agree with you.
Why couldn't he just use both?
You know, actually, let's kind of go back. We kind of skipped around. I never finished my ranking.
Oh yeah.
I never finished my fucking ranking.
Okay, number 4, Brook. Number 5
Was
Jinbei.
Jinbei. I'm actually gonna put Frankie as number 6.
Number 6.
I would put Frankie over Nico Robin, and the only reason why is I feel like Frankie is more of a battle ready person. I think
He
Nico
tends
Robin
more.
has experience and things like that, and has the ability to get out of it, especially with her giant demon form that she kind of introduced
She's
in
smart.
Wano. Yeah, but she's very reservative. But I would put Frankie above her. I would put Nico right under Frankie in that order.
I feel like if they would fight like 1v1, I feel like Frankie would win. But like in general terms of like power against the general world, I feel like Nico Robin would be stronger.
Mhm.
But in a 1v1 scenario, Frankie would win.
Yeah, I agree with that, and that's why I kind of put him a little above. I would put. I agree with the mentality as you put with Zeus and all that, but I believe like Nami's a one trick wonder when it comes to that. So I feel like Chopper is actually right below Nico Robin as far as the power order goes, because I feel like Chopper, especially with his monster form, his kung fu form, and
Yeah,
other things like that, he is just more versatile in a battle than Nami is.
I hate his kung fu form.
I don't
it.
like it either, honestly.
I hate it.
I'm upset that they
Why?
kind of took. I feel like they took
Why?
away his human form, like his just like I'm a bulky like gorilla form.
It's like his heavy form now.
Yeah,
But still like they took away brain point when it's supposed to be figuring out the weakness of
Yeah.
the enemy. They took away. Well, the defense point is still there, I think.
Defense points, it's still there. It changed up a little bit. They took. I think they took away horn point, and they took away
No,
arm.
They changed torn point into the one that digs.
Oh yeah. Where yeah, you're right. He changes where he can dig around, and then but they took away arm point, where he could do that.
I think
that
arm
roast.
point is the one that becomes like kung fu point.
Yeah,
I like the
yeah,
I got stuck.
yeah. You got stuck for a second. And then I would then go Nami and Usopp. I agree with you. Usopp being there at the bottom, as an overall power aspect. I just don't feel like I feel like, again, like I stated earlier, he falls under the Buggy thing. He just happened to be in the right place at the right moment, and just happened to gain this praise that I don't feel like he really worked hard for.
I feel
or
like
showed.
right now Usopp is a great supporting character in a battle,
Yes,
but not a main fight.
I agree. I agree. When it comes to
Because
small
he
fries,
could-
yes, but not anybody
No,
big.
not in general small fries. Example, like maybe, for example, Sanji is fighting a strong opponent. If Usopp is in the back helping him out to help position, maybe push a couple of plants in the way, throw some rocks, throw some things here and there, stuff like that, to help guide the battle, he is a support in any battle. But I don't think if it's in a 1v1 scenario, he would get wrecked most of the time.
Yeah.
Even against the small fry. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I could see it. But yeah, I mean that was the end of the rankings. Those were the would you rather's. We're kind of wrapping up here, y'all. First episode was a lot of fun. It was a great conversation. It lasted a lot longer than I expected it to, honestly, which is great. That's fantastic. It really is. Because like
I told you I have a rule in my friend group that I cannot start a One Piece conversation.
no, that is perfect. Honestly, this was a great show. I've been wanting to talk to you about a lot of this stuff, and there's still more that we need to talk about into it as well. So I'm super excited to kind of go into another episode later on with this as well. So we'll pair up with that and everything. But yeah, overall, y'all, a lot of One Piece facts that kind of came through it, trivia things. TrapReaper setting the bar high at 9 questions out of the 10. So we're gonna see how other people go through it. Would you rather questions were some were very easy, some had to give a little thought to, which is great. That's what I love to see. This was a lot of fun. And if y'all are watching this and see it, don't forget to kind of check us out. All the links were going to be down in the description between both for me and TrapReaper. You can check us out all in pretty much every kind of social media. For the most part, we're kind of named the same throughout the board. I know my names are all the same on every platform, so kind of keep a lookout onto that. But thank you for joining us in the very first episode of the Shadow Nexus Mixtape Trap. I really appreciate you, man, on that. Do you got any parting words for the listeners out there that are gonna watch this episode?
I'll give you a parting question.
Okay.
Which one is your favorite honorary straw hat?
Vivi. I'm gonna have to go with Vivi on that one. I think Vivi is a very vital character, and not only because of the stuff that happens in there, which we didn't get to either, but I liked her story arc with the Straw Hats. Overall, I think her story arc was a very important and showed a lot of different characteristics of each of the Straw Hats at that time. That made it very valuable. So yeah, I would say Vivi was definitely my favorite.
Okay. Mine is Bonchan.
Bonchan?
Bone Clay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Bonchan.
Yeah, dude. The barrier fruit,
He's
dude.
the
That dude's
best, man. I fucking love him.
that dude's something else, man. He's a trip. For sure. But again, thank y'all for everything. Appreciate y'all coming on in. Catch us on the next one. We're gonna try to do these once a month at bare minimum. We may do them a little bit more if we can get some organization a little bit differently. But keep a lookout on it. There'll be other One Piece episodes as that content obviously is going to continue to come out. And we got many things to still talk about on it. So we'll have TrapReaper, and we may even find some other people that are very interested in One Piece and want to talk with us about it, which I would be excited to see if we can get one to maybe even two more people to join us in this conversation, because it'd be great to see other people's opinions as well. But thank y'all for everything. Hope y'all enjoy the show. Don't forget to follow TrapReaper in the descriptions on all the socials down below. Don't forget to also follow me. Leave that bell up. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, leave a comment if you want to see something on the next episode, or let us know what you're looking at. Yeah, and thank y'all for everything. Have a nice one, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.